Oh my goodness.
Wow, first snow بكندا بلشت الشتوية. واو.
Hydro-Quebec says almost 300,000 homes are without power on Tuesday afternoon after a significant amount of snow fell across southern Quebec in the first early snowfall of the season. According to the utility's Power Outages Board, as of early afternoon on Tuesday, around 284,000 addresses out of 4.4 million in Quebec do not have power. In the morning hours, almost 400,000 customers were without power. The majority of those customers are in Montreal and the surrounding areas. Around 27,000 customers are without power in Montreal, down from about 50,000 in the morning. Another 93,000 in Montérégie and almost 10,000 in Laval. Environment Canada had issued a snowfall warning on Sunday for parts of southern and central Quebec, including Gatineau, Montreal, Quebec City, and up towards Baie-Comeau. It said a low-pressure system had been affecting Quebec since Sunday afternoon, bringing a mixed bag of precipitation. Most areas north of the St. Lawrence River had snow accumulation, while the south saw a mixture of snow, freezing rain, and rain. There was a second burst on Monday evening that brought additional snowfall for the southern and central parts of the province, Environment Canada said. This caused numerous power outages in several regions. Road conditions remain difficult in some areas due to the slippery and snowy roads, it said. A summary by the weather agency said Montreal's downtown area received about 20 centimeters of snow, while the area towards the airport saw 8 centimeters. Tuesday's weather forecast in Montreal is calling for a temperature steady near -1°C with a wind chill of -7. Montreal woke up Tuesday morning under a blanket of snow after the first major storm of the season dropped about 20 centimeters downtown, far more than forecasters had expected, and left about 395,000 Hydro-Quebec customers across the province without power. The largest swath of blackouts was in the Montérégie region, where more than 100,000 homes and businesses were affected. In Montreal, more than 50,000 addresses were affected at some point, with the outages scattered across the island and spilling into Laval, where more than 30,000 were additionally impacted. A couple thousand were also affected in Pointe Claire. As of 6 p.m. Tuesday, the number affected in Montreal had dropped to little more than 7,000. Across Quebec, more than 160,000 were still affected. Due to the number of locations where their teams needed to intervene, the utility expects many customers to still be without power Wednesday. Hydro-Quebec said difficult road conditions were the main challenge for repair crews. On the ground, most of the damage was done by branches collapsing onto the power lines due to the weight of the snow. The snowstorm also led to some school closures and treacherous driving conditions across the region. This is the first heavy snowfall of the year, said Paul Veluc-Turcot, a spokesperson for Hydro-Quebec. As many trees still have their leaves, the combined weight of snow and wet leaves weakens the branches which break and fall onto the power grid. We continue to monitor the evolution of breakdowns and weather conditions. More than 1,000 Hydro-Quebec employees were working to restore power to affected residents across the province, the utility said. Environment Canada said in its preliminary report that about 20 centimeters of snow fell on downtown Montreal. At Trudeau Airport, 8 centimeters were recorded. While multiple fender benders and spinouts were attributable to the slippery road conditions, one weather-related accident in the municipality of Terrebonne left a motorist critically injured. Police said the incident occurred around 4:30 a.m. on Laurier Boulevard after the vehicle collided with a snow removal truck. The driver was taken to a hospital in critical condition, where he remained on Tuesday afternoon. The incident remains under investigation and Laurier Boulevard was partially shut down to allow investigators to examine the scene.
Done after 3.
About 10,000 kilometers of streets and sidewalks in Montreal had to be cleared and salted after a snowfall, according to the city's website, equal to the distance between Montreal and Beijing. Plowing begins after 2.5 centimeters of snowfall. Loading and clearing happens when there is 10 to 15 centimeters of snow on the ground. The majority of schools in Montreal remained open. However, the Lester B. Pearson School Board reported that Dorval Elementary, Forest Hill Junior and Senior campuses, Mount Pleasant Elementary, and Westwood Senior High School were closed because of power failures. Many schools across Quebec were also closed for the day. The storm followed flurries of snow on Sunday, which then turned into freezing rain. Into the rest of the week, Montrealers can expect flurries on Tuesday with temperatures near -2°C and a wind chill around -9°C. It will be mainly cloudy overnight with a low of -1°C.